Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are able to get around to getting on your work. I know there's a lot of probably up and down with schedules and everything at home as you try and figure everything out. So we miss seeing you here in class. It's definitely not the same without all of you here, but keep plugging away at home and we will see you soon. Hopefully we'll see you before Thanksgiving break. Okay. So the directions for today will be uh, actually for today and tomorrow. So Wednesday and Thursday combined here together is what we're spending time in class. So we will be doing it in class for those 2 days. If you want to combine it all into one day and do it all at once, go for it. And then the second day you're free, or take the day off and then do it all the second day. That is up to you. I would maybe at least take a gander at it and see what it's going to take if you're going to wait for the second day so you don't overload yourself. Okay. What we're doing in class Wednesday, the first part will be Wednesdays. We're going to complete this chart, which is just entering information from the reading onto the chart to put it all in one place for the weight of all the animals. Okay. So our reading part is attached to the assignment also. So if you can kind of flip back and forth between the two. So the first one is the zoo panda. As you can see here, it's between 250 for the male and 250 or 220 for the female. So we're going to go up to our chart and we're going to put in the 250 for the male. The pounds are already done for us up here at the top, so it's labeling that all of these are done in pounds. So we do not need to label every single one of them with pounds. 220 for the female. The African elephant, 11,000 and 7,000. So we're going to put in the male, 7,000. Male, 11,000. And the female is 7,000. Okay. And then you'll just fill out the chart the rest of the way like that. Okay. Then, what we're going to be doing in class is, and this part is already done for you, is we're going to set up the bar graph for the rest for that next day. The bar graph has already been set up for you guys, so all you will have to do is start putting in the bars, and we'll be putting in the bars on the second day, Thursday. We're going to get everything set up the first day is the plan. We may be able to fly through it and speed through it and get it done all in one day. That's what the plan, though, is 2 days. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so on here, you can see that we only have 5 animals listed. We are going to just do the giraffe, the zebra, the tortoise, the panda, and the alligator, American alligator. Okay, the elephant is way too big. If we do the elephant, the graph for everything else would be so small it wouldn't even be hard. It would be so hard to read by the time we got all the way up to 11,000. And then the same thing with the owl and the capuchin monkey. If we were to put those on here, each line, as you can see, is worth 100. The great horned owl is only 3 pounds. Well, the 3 pounds is going to be this tiny little thing down here that you're probably not even going to be able to see, so we're just going to cut it out because it wouldn't really match up with the scales that we have going on with the graph. So we're going to create a double bar graph. So the first thing is we need to know about the giraffe. So if I go back over and I go to the giraffe, I can find out that the giraffe for the male is 2,630 for the male. So we're going to select over here. You can see where it says shape. So it's a little circle with the square behind it. We're going to go to a shape and we're going to create a rectangle. So once we have selected that, we're going to go down here to the right at the very bottom. You can kind of see I got the crosshairs on there, and I put it right to match up with the lines on there. And we're going to drag it up all the way to fill in this row. There. As you can see, the graph only goes to 2,300 and the giraffe is 2,600. We're just going to take it all the way to the top just for scale-wise to be able to fit things in best. This was the highest I can get the graph to go. So we're going to drag it all the way to the top, again kind of matching the crosshairs up, and I created a box or a bar on my bar graph. While that is selected, so while it is outlined in blue, if you want to go back over and fill in the color, the directions on the first page do say that you can do the males in blue, the females in pink. That's up to you as long as you fill in this key later on and tell what colors are what colors. That is up to you. You do not have to use blue and pink. So I'm going to use this bright blue though because I like it being nice and bright. And there's bar 1 for the male giraffe. So the next part was the female giraffe, which was, going to double check, is to 1,800. So again, I'm going to go back up to this circle, the shape bar. I'm going to go to the very first one, the rectangle. Go back right next to the other one. I'm going to again line up the crosshairs and drag it up to about 1,800. 1,830. So I'm going to go just above 1,800. Again, it turned it gray, so I go to the little paint bucket here for fill color while it's selected, so as long as it's outlined in blue. And this time I'm going to make them in purple because I think those two colors go well together. And maybe they do, maybe you don't feel they do. I feel they go well together. So my preference is, that you can choose the colors you want to. All right, so the next one then would be the zebra. Okay, and we're going to skip, move the zebra, we're going to skip this row right here. And we're going to fill in the zebra. So if we go to the zebra, just to double check it, and the zebra is 575 pounds or 510. So if I say I'm going to go back to, again, my shape, find my box, I'm going to go to the zebra, and I'm going to go to 575, so just under 600, and probably about there. And again, I go back to fill color, and I'm going to make that one blue because I'm going to make all the blues the blue and all the females pink. And then if you saw, click off, and then if you saw the, oops, wrong one. The female was about 510. So I'm going to go down to the bottom again, and I'm going to drag this up to just over, so 400, between 400 and 600 will be 500. So this line right here will be our 500. So I'm going to go basically right to that bar, and then I need to change the fill color to purple. Okay. Once you actually go into the document, you'll see that I'm actually going to delete all these bars because I still want you to put in that work too, where I'm not going to do most of it for you. I have already created all the bar graphs, or the bar graph, and set that up for you. So all you have to do is fill out the chart on day 1. Here's all the information. Again, I'll delete those numbers off there for you to put them in. Day 2. You can fill in all the bars. You can also insert a text box. Remember, text box is this one here with the T on it. You can put a text box here and title your bar graph. What are we looking at? Title of, or a bar graph. Sorry, any graph title should have to do with what the graph is about. Okay. That is all you have to do for science. If you're looking for a little extra, here's something that you are capable of doing here. I know you'll probably use a calculator instead of using the brain, but these are things you could do in your head too, would be to take all the weights of all the males here to find the average or the mean of the weights, would be to add all those up and then divide by the 8 because there's 8 animals, and that would give you the average for all those animals combined. Then you do the same thing with females. So you add up all the numbers in this row, get a total, and then you would divide that by 8, and then you could put a little text box here if you do. If that's like if you're like, I have no idea, that part's not there, I'm going to be checking for this bar graph, this table here, I should say, and this graph here is what I'm going to be checking for the homework. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know, and hopefully you have a little bit of fun with it. Choose the colors that you want. If you want different pictures at the bottom for the animals, that's up to you. But again, get in contact with me if there's any issues. Peace out.